Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again at Piano Chords 101. Now, in this particular instance, we're going to move straight on to our next key. So last we did A major. We're going to count 5 up from there. A, B, C sharp, D, and we are up to E. Now, we're going to add another sharp, which means we go from 3 sharps to 4. Starting with the F, the C, and the G sharp that we already have, we need to add one more. So let's play that, starting on E. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E. There it is. As we discussed last time, it's always the 7th. It always just sounds, it's not quite as satisfying as, yeah. So now we put that together, we'll go add our D sharp, which means we've got F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. There we go. And those are the notes of the E major scale. So now we've found the notes of E major, let's find the chords. Chord number 1, E major, obviously. There we go up. We're in that F sharp, A, C sharp. Now our next pattern of 3 will be G, B, D. So we know that G is sharp and that B isn't, and that D sharp is the one we've just added. So that gives us our nice sad sounding 3 chord, G sharp minor. Up to the next one, our next pattern will be A, C, E. So A is natural, C is sharp, and E is natural. So that gives us our 4 chord of E major, A major I should say. Now up to the 5 chord, bit of a funny looking one this. It's a B and a D and a F. B is not sharp, D is sharp, and so is F. That's a very odd looking chord, B major. And last but not least, we're going to go up, we've got a C, E, G, so C sharp, C is sharp, E is not sharp, and G is sharp. That's our last chord, C sharp minor. Okay, so once again, E major, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major, and C sharp minor. And those are our 6 main chords in E major. So the reason we've spun through those so quickly is because I want to have quite a detailed chat now about 7 chords. Now you might have noticed if you are looking up chords on the internet, or you've looked at piano music with chords above, or guitar music, that quite often we have numbers above the chords. Those numbers can be a lot of things, but the most common one that you're going to see in popular music is 7. Now, let me spin back a little bit into what these numbers mean. Or what they mean basically is that we take our chord, let's do this in C for ease. We take our chord C, and if the number is 6, we take our C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets us to A, and we add an A to our C chord, gives us this chord. Now, the 6th is the simplest example. The 7 throws us a little bit of a curveball because we don't just count up 7 for that chord, we actually play a flattened 7th. Now that's a lot of theory. The reason for that we're just not going to go into. All I'm going to do is give you a convenient hack for finding that 7 wherever you are. Okay? Let's do this in E, because that's what key we're in. We're going to take our E chord. Now, first things first. our 7, our flattened 7, which we need to add to make an E7 chord, is always going to be 2 half steps down from our root note. So E, there, it's D, right? So we count that down and we add it to our E chord and we get that E7 chord. And we can do this in any inversion, provided we remember to use the root note to count down from. So if we invert that E up to here, we take our E, which is at the top now, same thing, E, E flat down to D. And we add that to the chord, and we've got that chord. Right, last one, let's invert that E again. E is now in the middle, but same game, E, E flat, D, 2 half steps. Okay, that is an easy route to finding the 7 chord of any chord, okay? Now I'm going to give you something that makes it even easier to play. We only need 1 of every note in our chord, and that includes both hands, okay? So if we are playing E here, right, we don't actually need it in our right hand. And this can make for some very convenient 7s playing, okay? So let's go back to here, E, root position, and we've got an E in the bass here. Played this a few times already. Now, all you're going to do to make it into E7, rather than play both of those, you're just going to drop your thumb down to there. And there, we have a perfectly good, in fact, some might say slightly cleaner sounding E7 chord. Okay, let's do this in the inversions. Let's invert this E chord up to here, with our E at the top. We move that down. We don't play the E, we just play the remaining notes. And last one, E in the middle. And this one's lovely. You just drop that middle note down to the D. And we've got a lovely E7 chord. So let's just switch chords, because keep our brain awake, and we're going to use this for B in our song in a minute. So B in root position. Now think about, where is our 7 going to come from? We need to take our root note of the chord, B, and make it down. There you go. And then that's our chord, but once we add our B in the bass, no longer need that one, so we can just take our B chord, turn it into B7. Okay, let's invert that, so the B is now at the top. Take the B down. Don't play it, but play it here. Right. And last one, B in the middle, my favourite. B, D sharp, F sharp. Move it down. Don't play the B, play it here. Okay. Lovely B7 chord. Might be worth having a go at that with some other chords, checking that you get that bluesy, unfinished, very, very memorable 7 chord sound. Now, our song to put that into practice is I Saw Her Standing There by the Beatles. Now, if you don't know it already, have a listen. It's a cracker and it's in the key of E. So let's start with our E chord in a second inversion. Okay. From there, we shall go to an A. We're going to do that. It's 1 to 4. So I was thinking, it's a pivot. To E. So that was B up to C sharp and G sharp up to A. Middle finger stays there. That's your fulcrum. Okay. So that was E. Pivot up to A, pivot back down to E. Okay. And then the next chord after that, after another period of E, is up to a B. Now in this position, that is the opposite of our expand upwards move. Okay. It's a contracting move. So from E to B. Yeah. Let's put those in order. Okay. Now the B is where we're going to use our 7 chord. Instead of B, we will play B7. And all that means is this thumb is going to drop down to the A. B, that move, right? So, it's way beyond compare. Right, let's try that. Just 17. Pivot up, pivot back down. Think about the 7, find it, go. Yeah? I reckon we can probably handle that. So let's finish it off. We're going to go back to E. So we're here. There's no shared notes. We're just going to get back to that E in second inversion that we've been using. Up to A again. And here we're going to use A minor. And this gives us a chance to exercise the major to minor shift that we talked about a couple of sessions ago. Now we're in A. Let's think about our A in root position first. A, C sharp, E. To make that minor, that middle note comes down, C sharp comes to C. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's put that back where we were. C sharp down to C. And then we'll finish with an E, B7, and then E. That looks like E, B7, E. Okay, have fun with that one.